Which one should I get? New MacBook Pro 2016 or Dell XPS 17 2020? I've been looking for a while the new laptop for my editing machine, and I had several laptops in mind. One of those is actually between MacBook Pro 16-inch 2020, and I was waiting for actually purchasing 17-inch laptop, but there is not a lot of 17-inch laptop out there on the market. And when they're available, it's typically gaming laptop, plus they have very big laptop that heavy. It's very difficult to carry it around. Recently, Dell XPS lineup releasing press conference for a new laptop. Dell XPS 15 seems to be the perfect system for me, and everybody is already talking about this laptop. Some of the YouTubers actually able to get hands on it on the engineering sample, and from what I've seen on their video, they have a good impression about this new XPS 17 laptop. And one of those is actually Dev 2D. I'll put the link of the video down description below, so you guys can watch it if you like to. You can see that his face is actually quite happy about the Dell XPS 17, and also I think with this new system, it would probably help me up to speed up my editing process. I'm currently using Lenovo ThinkPad T480S. It's not meant to be video editing machine, but initially I purchased this laptop for programming, and along the way I extend the scope into video editing as well. It can still do the job, but I notice sometimes I think it's a bit hard for the laptop to work with. It's a 14-inch laptop, so the screen is actually not that big, and then with the video editing you want to have as much screen as possible. Ideally, you connect it to external monitor, and then you work with the external monitor. But sometimes on the go, you would like to have an option to quickly edit and maximize your time to make a content. For the Dell XPS 17, they have now a featuring of the 10 Gen Intel Core processor up to NVIDIA RTX 2060 graphic card. So it's actually probably one of the most well-spec laptop out there. If I remember well, it is the first RTX laptop on the market. I wonder what kind of performance it's actually going to be when you max out the spec. Also, what I'm very interested in is actually the vapor chamber for the thermal performance. It seems like everybody also raving about it, that it's much better than the current system with the heat pipe, as well as the normal way of getting rid of the thermal. They'll come up also with the vapor chamber system, so we need to test it to be sure that it actually can do the job well enough to make the system cool, not a lot of throttling happen. In Dell XPS 15, this is not the case. They still have pipe to get rid of the heat, and with additional material that's very nice. I plan to actually get Intel Core i9 or i7. I'm not entirely sure what you guys think. Should I get Intel i9 or i7? At least I need also 8 cores of processing power, as well as 32 gig memory plus 1 terabyte of SSD. That's the minimum that I would like to have. I'm not sure this laptop also have an option for secondary SSD and NVMe SSD, but I'm not entirely sure if it's included also with the heatsink. And in a video of the Dell XPS 15 of one of the YouTubers, when they open it up, they actually do not come with the heatsink as well. This copper plate that's actually seems to be cooling down the NVMe SSD, and I'm not entirely sure with Dell XPS 17 is also including the heatsink. For what I've seen from Dev 2D, there is a heatsink as well, but I'm not sure if you have to buy 2 SSD in order to get the heatsink included as well in the laptop. And that's the thermal performance that I think will be really good. And the LCD, I don't like actually touchscreen LCD. I prefer to have it non-touch screen LCD because of display. I prefer not to have a touchscreen on the display because it's actually heavier. make the laptop a bit more heavy because there's an extra layer of glass in between, and I rather not to have the glare than having the touch screen enabled. Hopefully on the launch they have an option for us to buy display with the non-touch screen for 4K at least. That's what I'm aiming for, 4K non-touch display. Probably non-OLED version. It looks great, but I wouldn't mind to just buy the LCD variant instead of the OLED. And then that's of the laptop that I'm planning to purchase. If you don't want to miss the review of the laptop, don't forget to subscribe here. The second thing I mentioned earlier about the MacBook, because I think comparison with the spec of a MacBook Pro, it's actually quite good. But one thing that I didn't like about the MacBook Pro 16-inch is that there is not an SD card for content creator. SD card is must to have, so you don't want to have to carry dongle, and they only have the Thunderbolt 3, which is okay, but we are not there yet for all of the accessories that require us to do our job. And this is actually one of the downside that they probably miss. If they have the SD card reader here, it's actually one of the best laptop out there, and then it's up there with the replacement of the MacBook Pro 16-inch 2020. And also what I like about the MacBook Pro is they still use the Wi-Fi AC. I expect actually they should have an iX Wi-Fi 6 first variant with 802.11ax, which actually I expect they probably would refresh this MacBook Pro soon. I expect in September or the winter vacation or winter holiday, I expect that they would refresh this MacBook, including internal refresh with the same body and port as well. I don't think they would add SD card here, but with the expectation that they're gonna update the Wi-Fi 6, because they still use the Intel 9th gen processor, and they were a bit late in the design process. And with the Intel 10th gen processor, the Wi-Fi, you can add the Wi-Fi 6 with the Intel base killer Wi-Fi. And with the Dell XPS 17, you already have the possibility to have future proof of your Wi-Fi connectivity. I guess that's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. This is probably one of the best editing laptop out there. When it's released, I cannot wait to get a hands on it and review this laptop. And I will do video editing tests, including live view as well as the render, which everybody probably gonna do anyway. And hopefully I can get on this laptop soon. And then it's expected to be in the middle of June or early August. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.